Hello there, all of my mighty fine viewers. I would like to welcome you to today's video. Today we're once again in the A2A Piper Comanche, and currently we're on the ground in Monument Valley, Utah, which, if like me you're not familiar with where that is kind of in the southeast corner of Utah, pretty much right on the Utah-Arizona border. For today's flight, we're going to head on out of here, and we're going to go to Telluride, Colorado. Right before filming this, I did fly from Bryce Canyon over to Monument Valley, and it was the first time I've ever been here. It was a very gorgeous flight. I would highly recommend it to any of you guys looking for a fun little GA flight that's pretty scenic. I flew it at 11,500 feet. And I'm hoping this flight up to Telluride is not going to disappoint us in terms of views either, because it's already really pretty here, and from what I'm aware of, Telluride is like in the mountains. So I'm expecting it to be equally as gorgeous as we depart the desert. So let's go ahead and hop in the aircraft so that way we can actually see how pretty Telluride is. Okay, so here we are inside of our Comanche. It is 779er1 Papa. That's the one I like to fly because I really like the blue color on the outside of it. If you want to know more about what we're doing in this flight, go ahead to the description below. Look at the timestamps. It'll take you to anywhere you want to go in the video. I did want to try something new today, which was a live stream, but apparently YouTube wouldn't allow me to do a live stream even though it says I'm eligible for live streaming. So I gotta figure out how that works, and maybe we'll actually get a live stream done. That'd be kind of neat. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a live stream format, so we're just gonna kind of walk through everything. Since it's not a live stream, I might time accelerate some of it. We'll see how the whole video goes, but you can always check the description for any timestamps to take you wherever in the video you may want to go. So first things first, it's 90 degrees inside of this cockpit, and I think our little pup here would probably like some airflow. So let's get this engine fired up, and then we can go over the rest. So we got our headphones plugged in, master switch can go on. Give ourselves some fuel. Now that that's open, let's go ahead and get some, actually wait to put the mixture in. First we need fuel, otherwise mixture won't do anything. And there, our fuel pressure comes alive, so let's go ahead and push that mixture in. We did just fly it, so it hopefully won't need too much. We'll go ahead and just do 2 shots of the primer. Then let's get our beacon light on. Mags go on, brake is on. Throttle should already be in roughly the right spot. Shouldn't be anyone around us, but let's go ahead and check. Looks good, so we'll give it a good old clear prop and fire it up. Nice. Always love it when it starts up right away like that. Now let's go ahead and bring the propeller forward, nice and slow. Then look at that, almost perfect at 1200. We're 5,200 feet above the ground, so we'll go ahead and bring mixture back. So there we are, climbing above 1,300 on the tachometer. Bring it down to when it stops dropping. Well, starts dropping. Still rising, almost up to 1,400 now that we've leaned it back some. And there is a drop, so we'll push it right about there. Shouldn't need to warm it up for too much, so we'll just go ahead and bring it down to 1,100. Let's go ahead and get our avionics turned on. See, we'll get that out of the way. Then let's see, we should show about 50 gallons of fuel once this fires up. 50.2, that's good. So we actually don't want to fuel it. Correct. So 50.2, looking good. Now we gotta wait for our GPS to come alive. Let's grab the phone real quick because that has our VOR information in it, because I took a picture of our flight plan. Stage flight plan, it's actually not a very long flight, but we can't go direct just because of how high we'd have to climb. And this is a Piper Comanche, so it's not like we really have oxygen. So we're going to leave Monument Valley and go direct to the Dove Creek VOR, which is at 14.6. And then to get there, we're going to want to fly, looks like a course of 4.1. That'd be 041, by the way, if you are curious. There's 4, bring it up to 1. After that, we're going to be looking for the Cones VOR, which is 110.2. There's 110. Bring that up to 2. We'll change this one as well. 110. And there's 2. We'll kick that over to the active spot. And bring that up to 114.6. Put that on distance, and then for cones, we want to be at a course of 5.7. Let's dial this over to 5.7. There's a little over 4, 5, 55, 1, 2. So that's set in there. I don't know why this. There we go. We'll have that on VLOC right now. Let's go ahead, clear out this flight plan, put in our new one. So we are currently at UT 25. Let's get that entered in. That's the wrong way. 25 Monument Valley. And then we're going to be going to Dove Creek, which is DVC. Probably could have guessed that one. That one's easy. Cones, however, is not conveniently named. Cones is ETL, which doesn't sound anything like Cones. At least this, Dove Creek, makes sense. DVC. So then we want E. Then bring it over to T. And L. And then we just want Telluride, which is KTEX. So T, E, and where's X? There we go. So 129 nautical miles. That is accurate. Bring it up to flight plan, and I want it in the terrain page for now. We'll zoom it down into 15 nautical miles. Got Dove Creek up top. Then we got Cones right down there. On guard. Monitoring both. Flip that to on. And get the autopilot fired up for now. Then our runway, we're going to be taking off to the north because this is a one-way in, one-way out kind of airport. I think we landed on 1.6. So let's see, add 90 to 1.6, that'd be 25. So about 3.4 or so on the heading. We'll find out for sure when we line up on the runway. But because this is a flight simulator, and we just flew in here from Bryce Canyon, we're going to go ahead and ignore the run-up. I'm willing to take that chance in our imaginary airplane. We will give it a little bit of power because we are on a bit of a hill. See, I did pull those chocks, right? That's a bad time to check. Yep, chocks are pulled. So we'll get rid of the brake and hope we gave it enough juice to get us up the hill, which it doesn't look like we did. Give it a little bit more. There we go. And then we will give it flaps 1. I should have checked to make sure we didn't just destroy that pickup. Oh man, I think we did destroy that pickup. Well, good thing it is a sim and we can afford to take out aircraft. So we got all of our lights on since we're rolling out onto the runway. And now you see why I said it's a one-way in, one-way out. I do know from previous experience that we could take off and just look a pretty hard left around, but we're not going to take that chance here because that was on a go-around and I did that landing in here. I haven't tried that on an actual takeoff. Let's get our transponder turned all the way on. Come down here to the end of the runway and flip around. This is actually a really cool little airport. I'm glad I came down here. This was a fun flight, and I was pleasantly surprised when I came in to land. If you do want to know about this airport, I think I got it off flightsim.to. I'm going to have to check. I don't think this is a base airport. If it is, you won't find it in the description, but if I got it off the flightsim.to, just look down in the description, and I usually put a link down there, so that way you can have the same airports I have. There we go, we see runway 34 right in front of us, which is the one we were expecting to take off on. So we got flaps set, and let's go ahead and get our heading just lined up. There we go. We're already almost ready to pick up that course, which is pretty impressive. With that, let's go ahead and throttle it up and depart. Forgot to put that trim back down to neutral. That was a pretty smooth takeoff. I want to climb at about 105. So there's 105 right there. We're starting to come up on the course that we want. So right now we'll plan on flying to 030 until we pick up our desired course. Hopefully that'll keep us clear of most of the terrain. Looks pretty good. Just to give us a hand, we'll go ahead and have our handy dandy autopilot help us out. Let's go ahead and bring this back to... Man, we're already overheating cylinder 5. That was fast. We'll bring that back to 2400 RPM. There's right about 2400. Then I guess let's go ahead and give it a little bit more fuel just to help cool that those two cylinders off that are getting warm. Then we'll go ahead and turn this to the GPS. And let's see, what does this say our bearing's supposed to be? 042 is what it wants us to fly, so that's 412. We'll go ahead, hook it to a 050 until we... let's do 055 until we intercept it. Look at that gorgeous view. It is just so pretty leaving here. Once we get past it and can get like a back shot, we'll have to hop outside the aircraft. Oh man, we got 3 cylinders heating up now. That's crazy. See, so let's also pitch down to get a little bit more speed. Going up to 11.5. And, oh, my window, let's close that. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, let's just have it maintain that. Give it a little bit more fuel. Try and help cool the cylinders off some more. Alright, so we got cylinder 3 down, but 5 and 6 are still warm. Bump it up to right there. That should help cool it down some. And we're getting ready to pick up our course, which is perfect because I want to hop outside the aircraft anyway. Well, I'm going to get us heading en route, and I'll talk to you guys once we get up to cruise. Okay, so sorry for that little quick departure there as we left Monument Valley. I wanted to get a good outside shot of the aircraft as we went by those little, I don't know, would they be called mesas, buttes? Not sure what exactly they'd be called, but I wanted to get a real nice picture of us flying past them before I Before I got too far in the flight, because I wasn't sure what the rest of the trip would look like, I do like this little rock wall almost that goes across. That's cool. Up in Montana, there's something called like the Great Wall or Great Northern Wall, something like that. That looks very similar to that. I love that. That is awesome. So far, I'm pretty impressed with the scenery here on our way from Monument Valley to Telluride. We do have the aircraft all leaned out. We're right about 2100 on the RPM, doing 65% power. We do have our carb heat on just to be safe. And we got everything leaned back. And we're just flying along. Looks like we're 40 miles from Dove Creek. And we haven't quite picked up cones yet. I imagine because of the mountains, we probably won't pick it up until pretty close to Dove Creek. Worst case, if we don't pick it up at all, we are running off the GPS, so not too concerned about navigating to and from. Yeah, so far this turned out to be a real pretty flight. We did have to kick on the heater because it is 55 degrees up here, and apparently it's getting a little bit colder. Because we're down to 64 in the cabin. It was at 66 last I looked, so let's get a little bit more defrost. Let's actually kick a little bit of cabin heat on as well. I love this engine analyzer page. I just like watching it do its thing. It's so cool. Yeah, here we are, just cruising along. I really actually wanted to do a live stream. I thought a live stream would have been fun, but apparently the tube says I'm not allowed to do live streams yet. So you guys just get to bear with my normal videos for a little while longer until I can get that figured out. I've never done a live stream before, so it'll be really neat to actually do one once I guess figure out what I need to do to actually get one. So now we're just going to keep on cruising. What kind of wind? Let's see, 156. We definitely got a tailwind. Like 10 knot. 10 knot tailwind, 6 knot crosswind. Okay. I'll accept that. I won't complain. We must be coming across a storm because we had a huge pressure change there. We went from 290 to well into the 3s. So that's gonna suck. We should probably descend, I guess. Keep at 11.5, but it's just us out here, so we're not gonna worry too much about that. I guess, yeah, we are flying into this cloud layer, so I guess some weather change was to be expected. I am loving this new computer, man. The graphics are amazing. The frame rates are wonderful. I'm really just enjoying everything about it, and I'm so glad this Comanche finally came out. This is a plane I've wanted for a very long time. I wish I could have made a video on it sooner for you guys instead of being probably the last person to the party, but it is what it is. Computer wasn't ready yet. I was gone, so there's really just nothing you can do. But that's okay. We get to make a lot more videos in it now, and was having some issues with SimWorks Studio's website not giving me a good download on the Kodiak, but I finally got the Kodiak back, so be prepared. The Kodiak is not gone. It will come back, and it looks like their PC20, no, it's a PC12, should be coming out soon, and I'll probably pick up that PC21 because I love their Kodiak. I can probably guarantee I'll love their Pilatus as well. I don't remember ever turning that off. We must have accidentally clicked it instead of the iPad. But yeah, so this is the flight. I don't really feel like ranting for the next, I don't know, like 40 minutes as we make our way into Telluride. So I'm going to once again depart the scene to get some cool outside shots for you guys. And I'll talk to you once we get a lot closer to Telluride. Alright everyone, so we are, looks like 8 miles out from Telluride. You can see our airport right there off our nose. So since we only need to drop down, I don't know, like maybe 2,000 feet, we're going to go ahead and kick the autopilot off. If I can find the right switch. There we go. We'll kick the autopilot off. Winds are supposed to be coming from heading of 110 at 3 knots, so we're going to land pretty much the exact same heading we're already going. First things first, we need to go ahead and get the aircraft slowing up, since we are so close. Landing lights on, fuel pump on. Fuel tanks are good to go. We've been monitoring throughout the flight. And I was really hoping we'd get to fly over more of like this nice, beautiful, mountainy area before we got to land, because I was really looking forward to getting some cool mountain shots of this Comanche. But that's okay. We'll make it work. We got a couple. We're getting some great views coming into the city right now. This is a really pretty approach. What's crazy though to even think about is the fact your pattern altitude would be like 10,000 feet if you want to do some traffic patterns up here. Because the airport sits at like 9,052 feet. But right now, we might have to do a go around. I just can't seem to get slowing up any. But maybe if we get that prop up, that'll help give us a little bit of braking effect. Actually, we'll keep carb heat on. Just because we're so high. Let's see, yeah. So far this is a pretty high approach. The 3 miles out, still at right about 11,000 feet. We're actually above 11,000 feet. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and do a quick spiral. It'll help also get us slowed up. Because you know, as the song says, you can always go around. In this case, we're going to go ahead and do a spiral. Hopefully drop that last, like 15. Oh, we don't want to drop 1,500 feet. Drop about 500 to 700 feet and then pop back out on final would be nice. I'm looking for. See, we got good speed, so we'll go ahead and drop the landing gear and first notch flaps. I'll start feeding in some more power. Make sure that props all the way forward. Just keep maintaining this turn. That is gorgeous, man. This is some real mountain flying. I guess as much real mountain flying as you can do as you fly into a fairly large size airport on top of a mountain. It's not like we're flying a Piper Cub or something. Alright, so we're at 10,000 feet. I see we got all red. We have now given it notch 2. I'll work on a line up with the runway. Got 1 white, so we're coming up on our glide path. Try not to descend too much until we get the right amount of white. So we're at 95. Go ahead and give it our 3rd notch of flaps. And we'll give it a little bit of upward trim just to help us out. And there is our glide path. Let's just try and maintain this, but we need to descend a little bit more. And now we're a little high. Still maintaining about 95 miles an hour. And this is cool. I like this approach. Still crazy to think we're at 9,400 feet on this approach. Alright, there we go. This is a nice runway too. Look at this thing. I'll start bringing power back. Get ready to go into the flare. The runway's almost like a little bowl. That's cool. We're definitely floating. We want to make it a nice smooth landing, and we got plenty of runway too. Wasn't as smooth of a landing I was hoping for, and I was not prepared for. I don't know if the game, if OBS is going to pick it up, but I was not prepared for my Xbox controller to vibrate as soon as we touched down. That was kind of neat. Give it a little bit of power so we can get up this hill. I'm surprised there's not like a terminal building here. Oh, there it is. I was going to be surprised that there's no buildings here at all. It's just a flat surface. Oh man, that Xbox controller is going crazy. I should have put that legitimately anywhere else. Oh wow, look at this little terminal. That's nice. See, do we have any rampies out here? Yep, we're going over there, it looks like. Before we get too far along, let's go ahead and kill our landing lights, our strobe lights, and our fuel pump. Get that turned off as well. Sweet, they're going to park us pretty close to the terminal. That's nice. I'm going to get a cool shot of the aircraft with it. Let's hope this van doesn't pull out right in front of us like they like to do. Because it already looks like we're going to have a rampy that's going to get ran over. Because these darn rampies, man. Oh, it's another gal again, too. It's probably the same gal from Bryce City. She must have knew we were coming over here. Oh, they're going to have us park the wrong way. Yep. So, since they're going to have us park the wrong way on that tie down, we're actually just going to come park ourselves over here in front of the hangar. Because I don't want to park the wrong way at the tie down. I get that's what the game wants us to do, but we'll go ahead and park ourselves right here in front of the terminal. And it'll look way better, right? They can tow us to a tie down too. Well, we'll pay the FBO for that. And of course, there's a fuel truck. Alright, well, we already took out that pickup truck earlier, so I guess we're taking out the fuel truck too. And the van. I knew that van would come back to haunt us eventually. So then we'll just go ahead and line it up right here. Parking brake is set. Bring it up to 1200. Go bring the prop back now. Get rid of the carb heat. We'll leave those as is. Rotate beacon stays on. Avionics masters can go off. Let's let the engine cool for a second. Off. Everything else is looking good. Let's go ahead and just bring... Did we bring our flaps up? We did. Alright, let's go ahead and bring this mixture back. And it's dead. Alright, so mags off, rotating beacon and pitot heat off, master switch off. Cool. Well, I'm going to go unload our little pupper here, take it over to the grass to use the bathroom, and then unload the bags, and I'll talk to you in a second. Alright, so we got everything unloaded. Went ahead and talked with the ground crew and asked them to park airplanes a little better next time, and to keep their fuel trucks away from us when we decide to go rogue. Otherwise, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I hope you enjoyed this flight. I'm not sure where we're going to go from here next. Maybe we'll head up towards, like, Jackson, Wyoming. Maybe we'll keep going east. There was a place down in Arizona I was interested in flying to, so maybe we'll even go south. I'm not sure what the world's going to keep in store for this little Piper Comanche. But we'll see. No matter where we end up going, I do want to thank each and every one of you. I appreciate all of your time that you spend with me on any of my videos. And I appreciate you guys just in general. You guys are all awesome. And I hope you guys stay awesome. And until next time, I guess I'll just have to say goodbye.